So we start our oak tree on this day with 2 parallel lines. Then every time you do a tree, trees are made with, you don't do this part, Y's and V's. So we're gonna start with some V's that come out. We're gonna start with a big V like that. You can see the branches on this side, they're way smaller than the V that kind of goes up. So we're gonna make it go like this, and then we're gonna continue that tree trunk that's really big right there. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna go like this, come down a little bit, and then we're gonna make that V. So here's one side of the V, and here's the other side of the V. This V, you can see it was wider. So we actually could make more V's out of this V. So we're gonna come down like this, and then go up. And I left quite a bit of room over there. You can shut it. Do you wanna shut the door? And then we're gonna do another V, like this.
Looks strange.
And as you go, you can change it. Then we're gonna take this part, and we're gonna come out with a V like this. Then we're gonna go in that middle part, and we're gonna do a V there.
So many V's.
Yes, so many V's. That's why it's actually not too hard, because you can just keep doing V's.
V.
Then you can see each of these, we should make them into V's. So we're gonna come up with like this, and we're gonna go like that with the V's. And then this one, same thing, V and V. And we can add a V in between this one, V and V, like that. Okay, so we don't just have straight branches, we have overlapping branches where they go crisscross over each other. So sometimes you'll have a branch right here that you'll see come through over there. So right here, and I kind of skipped a space right here. I skipped a space because I'm going to make another branch right there. And it gets a little bit confusing, like a puzzle, but don't worry if it does, because you can just do branches with this kind of shape too.
Did you see a Dogman book that got?
Oh yes, right here.
Oh, it's mine.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Bye bye.
So let's do a V right here in this part where we overlapped. You can kind of see that's how it would look. And we're going to do a V here. And then remember, this one was the one that went under. So we're going to continue it up over here. And then all of those get extra places with V's. So we can go like this to make them thinner. Come up like that. Let's just focus on this one right here. So if I want to do just this one, maybe you want to add another branch. So this is where you can come in, you can make a little erase mark. And what kind of shape do you guess I would make? Start with those parallel lines. And then what do you think I'm going to make at the top of that parallel line? What shape have I been making the whole time?
V's.
V's, so watch, just make a V. And then put V's inside of that. And then I'm gonna just focus on this branch and put a V inside of there. I'll play the video for you in a minute, but you can get your book and kind of just watch for a second. V, V. What do you think I'm gonna put inside this one?
A V.
A V. What do you think I'm gonna put inside that one that I just made? A V. What about this one?
A V.
A V. What about this one?
A V.
A V. What about this one?
A V.
Now, once I get to this part, I can just make the single V's, not wide. So watch this, just V, 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 and that makes those little branches. These little ones that, at the tip, see how thin they are? So that's why I'm just making these little lighter ones. I'm using less value and just making them lighter. You can also make Y's. And that creates that really fine, delicate look of the top branches. So that's just one. So if you're just getting here, you start with parallel lines for the trunk. And then we make big, thick V's for the first branches, and then thinner V's for the outer branches, and then these tiny, delicate V's. So if you were just wanting to do a little branch, I'm gonna add one over here, just like we did. I'm gonna come out with those parallel lines. Then I'm gonna make, oh, I don't like that bulge. Looks like it has one of those tree bulges. Sometimes the trees have those. And then I'm going to come out like this with the V. Would you like to shut the door so that they don't get too loud when they go in the hall? And then V inside, V inside. What do I put inside the next one?
A V.
A V. And then what about inside those? A V. So if you know how to make your letter V, you're pretty much able to do a tree, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do make this into a V, and then make those into little V's. What if I wanted, see how this little branch right here is kind of like it loops down? So watch how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna come down, and then I'm gonna go up, and then I'm just gonna follow that. And then I'm gonna make a V at the end. So even if your branch has like a little wave in it, maybe this one's gonna go like a rainbow, kind of like that. Even if you wanna change the shape a little bit, you still are gonna end it with a V. Maybe like over here, I'm like looking at this one and I think, oh, look, there's a little dip. So instead of going straight up, I want it, watch this, is gonna be a little bit tricky, okay? And if this is too hard, just skip it. So I'm gonna go up and down, like a rainbow over here, and I'm gonna make this branch change its shape. How do you think I would end it though? A V, yeah. So I'm gonna do the V, the V, the V, and just keep going with the V's. And then I can make those little delicate V's or the Y's. Maybe this one, okay, so this one has like a bend, like a little corner bend right here. So I think I'm gonna try to do this one kind of like that, where it has a little bend in the branch. That's interesting, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna put some V's inside of that. And I don't even have to worry about the leaves, because in this season, are there leaves on the trees right now?
No.
No. So if I want to draw this tree in season, I'm just going to leave it without leaves. Now the tree goes pretty high up. So oak trees, remember we looked at the maple. Oak trees are taller than the maples. The maples were kind of more wide, or the maples were more wide and the oak is more tall. So I'm gonna keep adding some height. So maybe instead of putting a V right here, I wanna add a little more height. So I'm just gonna add another parallel line, and then I'm gonna kind of go up like that to make another V. And then this one I wanna kind of go up to, maybe keep it going tall. Maybe it's gonna go right off the page. Like it's gonna be so tall that it does not even fit on this page. That kind of shows how high up it grows. And then I can keep these ones. These ones are gonna go under. So if they go under, can I just cross right over? It works actually to just cross right over the trees and add extra. Maybe I wanna add another one right here, like off of this one, but I want it to go this way. So I'm gonna go out that way with this branch, with those parallel lines, and then make what shape? A V, and then add more V's inside. And maybe that one's gonna come up. Are we making, no, we're making the oak one. You guys voted for the oak, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you voted for?
Yeah.
We could do the maple next week. If you guys like doing trees and you wanna do another one, we could do both of them. So just come up. I'm gonna try to make it grow tall instead of wide, just by making it reach up to the sky with all these little branches, adding the V's. And I'm going kind of fast just because I've drawn a tree before. But since you guys have not drawn trees before, if you want to kind of take your time with this and go a little bit slower, that's probably a really good idea, right? And if you're done, you just want to go back to designing your front covers, you can do that too. Add some more, go up and like this. You guys can get the Sharpies and do your cover of your book if you would like. Maybe I want to add a little one right here, just so it has some growing up to do. I can erase any spot. Like if I want to erase a spot here and add a branch, erase, parallel lines, V. Look how I'm just like weaving it in and out. So the more that I weave in and out like that, yeah, the more it looks like a real tree, right? Because the tree doesn't just like go in straight lines, it weaves in and out. And it goes behind and it goes in front.
I'm doing my V's so sloppy it looks like a check mark. Yeah.
And that's okay
I'm
too.
so used to doing like a check mark instead of a V.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm gonna keep going with these. Keep going. Maybe I want to add one out this way. It's kind of relaxing, right? When you do something over and over again, does it make you feel like a little bit calm and relaxed? It's like a really good art to do if you're like feeling stressed, like all wound up, because it kind of like unwinds you, right? Just keep adding these V's, adding the Y's, getting to the outside. V, V, Y, V, Y, V, Y, V, Y, Y, V, V, Y, V, V, V. And the end ones is even easier because you just make them like you would any kind of letter. Y. You can make Y's with longer branches, Y's with shorter branches, Y's off of the Y's, V's off of the Y's, V's off of V's, V and then a Y and then a V. Or a Y and then a V on both sides and then a Y on one and a V on one. And just kind of like have fun adding and continuing to add and make it bigger and bigger and taller and maybe a little bit wider. And at the end, in the winter, sometimes there's little bits of dead grass, so you could add a little bit of dead grass starting at the base of the tree and then just coming up. You could add some curls to it or some straightness, and then maybe come out with some little ones like that and just add a little bit of grass, but you don't have to do, like, that's optional. So once you feel like you're set, you can be done with it, or if you want to just keep going for the next 5 minutes, you can. Your choice.
You have like 5 minutes.